always taking action for you.
And we'll begin tonight with singer Anita Baker, who will not be locked up anytime soon. Only 7 Action News was there when a Wayne County judge got rid of that bench warrant that had been issued for Baker's arrest as part of a civil lawsuit.
7 investigator Heather Catallo spoke to the singer just moments after she found out the warrant was dropped. And Heather, what did she tell you?
Well, Anita Baker was very emotional when I spoke to her on the phone and extremely grateful to the judge. She told me that she's never experienced anything like this before. She also says she is ready to defend this lawsuit now that she knows about it.
Freedom is everything to Anita Baker right now. The 8-time Grammy Award-winning singer can now travel back to Detroit without the fear of getting arrested.
This is our emergency motion.
At an emergency hearing in Wayne County Circuit Court this morning, Baker's lawyer asked Judge Edward Ewell to get rid of a bench warrant that had been issued for the songstress last week.
The court is going to lift the bench warrant. The court is not going to require a bond at this time.
The warrant stemmed from a civil lawsuit that a painter filed against Baker a few years ago. The suit claims that Baker owes Ray A. Smith Painting and Decorating more than $15,000 for work done in the dining room of her Grosse Pointe home. Baker and her lawyer, Jamal Hammoud, say the work was shoddy and that she had already paid the painter nearly $60,000. Hammoud says she was prepared to defend the lawsuit back in 2010, but it got dismissed. It turns out the painter filed a new lawsuit in 2011 and ultimately got a default judgment against Baker for the $15 grand. Hammoud says Baker was never served with that lawsuit, and he questions the timing of the bench warrant so many years later.
They had her cell phone number, her personal cell phone number, so they could have contacted her and never chose to contact her to say, hey, you haven't answered a complaint, or you haven't answered a default, or when can you come in for a creditor's exam? They were trying to take the shortcut, easy way out.
It's unfortunate that it came to this point.
Attorney Daniel Giroux says he did try several times to serve Baker and her former lawyer with the proper paperwork for the lawsuit.
Believe me, I would have loved to have dealt with her attorney, but I wasn't aware of one.
Is your client trying to use the media to get money out of her?
Absolutely not.
Giroux also told the judge that Baker has a history of failing to follow court orders, a claim Baker's lawyer calls scandalous.
That's absolutely incorrect. I've been handling matters for Ms. Baker for quite some time now, and I've never had a situation or an issue with her not appearing or making it difficult to appear.
Now that the bench warrant has been lifted, Baker is able to travel. She will be returning soon to Detroit to defend herself in this case.
So, Heather, any idea when she might be back in court?
Yes, they set a date today. The judge set an evidentiary hearing for April 4th. At that hearing, this issue of whether or not she was ever served with the lawsuit will be discussed. The painter's lawyer brought his process server with him to court today to talk about when they attempted to give the singer a subpoena. Baker's lawyer believes the plaintiff purposely tried to deliver that court order when she was on tour. They'll get to duke it out next month.
I'll have to hammer it out.
We know you'll be on the story.
Yes, we will.
All right, thank you very much, Heather.